Hi guys, Blake here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Upper Lake Taneycomo. It is Wednesday, April the 7th, and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. Alright, so today I boated up here. I am just across from Andy Williams' house again, except today I'm going to fish the south bank here on the bluff, and I'm going to see if they are still looking for some shad. So I'm going to start off with a 16th ounce white Lilleys jig with a red collar on 2-pound Trilene XL smooth cast monofilament line. Oh, let's see. So it's been kind of a cloudy day. We just got done with a big spurt of rain. Kind of came in for this last hour, and it's pretty heavy rainfall, a little thunderstorm activity with that, but looks like it's passed just about as fast as it came in. Cooled the temperatures off quite a bit out here. It was working on being about 70 degrees earlier. I'd say it's more in the 60-degree range now. Nothing officially on the first cast. And the fish are moving. As soon as this rain stopped up here, the fish are surfacing quite a bit. They are running 7,600 cubic feet per second, which is just about 1,000 over 2 units. So about 2 1/3 units here today. And we still have pretty overcast conditions. The sun looks like it might be trying to pop its way out up there, but so today I'm getting in here real nice and tight to the bank. I'm working these slow water seams where they saw those shad come through a week ago. Not only should they still be looking for shad a little bit, but anytime you have an overcast day like today, it's always a good opportunity to put a white jig on and see if they're biting it. White seems to work pretty good on overcast days, regardless of whether they're looking for shad or not. Haven't had too many people out on the lake today, at least since I got to work, so I really don't have any fishing reports. I had a gentleman sitting on the dock just now before I left, and he caught a really nice probably 17-inch nice fat rainbow out in front of right off the dock. That's about all the fishing report I have for today. I think Phil caught some really nice fish yesterday evening. I'm not sure what he was fishing with. I think he caught one that was like 21 inches, really big old fat rainbow. And so I'm just kind of constantly slowing the boat down, keeping it even with the water over there on the edge. So the water along the edge is moving slower than the current where my boat is. So to fish that successfully, I'm slowing the boat down. I'm even throwing it just a little bit upstream. And I'm kind of just trying to let it sink down to the bottom right there. There's a fish. Ooh. Feels like a nicer fish. He's running straight towards me. I'm really hoping this feels like one of those brown trout kind of days. Oh no, he popped off right there. Ah, that was a nice rainbow there. And he has got me. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever been tangled like that before. How did you do that? I'll try to slow the boat down so I don't lose my position. Okay, well, that was slightly confusing there. Well, we didn't get to see that one, but I found one hungry rainbow. But anyway, like I was saying, today feels like one of those real brown trout type of days. So I picked this bluff and decided to go with white. Even whenever there hasn't been a shad kill, brown trout usually like the color white. And it doesn't even have to be a cloudy day either. If you're just trying to target a brown trout and a white jig, and working the areas where brown trout like to set is a way to do it. And they do like this bluff. Anytime I'm working for a brown trout, I like to get it right in there on the bluff and work my bait straight down that bank, because usually they're setting somewhere in that drop zone as the bank drops down, hiding behind some structure or up against the rocks. To me, these are just like perfect conditions for fishing. Nice little quick rain shower blew through, cooled it off a touch, good overcast, nice temperature, and the fish are getting a little more active now that the rain calmed down, probably looking for food that fell out of the trees and such. One of my favorite type of times to be on the water for sure. Anytime you find a nice eddy pool on a bank where maybe the bank cuts back in real fast, or there's like a big rock sticking out creating an eddy, always try to slow your boat down as much as possible and work those areas, because the trout are going to be laid up in them. And I've got one in front of me right now. But the trick to working these pockets successfully is you gotta slow down, and you gotta let that jig get to the bottom as it. There's one. Oh, I missed him. Maybe I didn't miss anything. Maybe I just caught some moss. Felt good at least. But you really got to let that jig sink down that incline. Or decline, I should say. Yeah, I feel the sun starting to come out. I was really hoping it would stay overcast while I was doing this, because I always feel like the white jig works better when it's overcast. But if the fish is biting it because they think it's a shad, they're gonna bite it whether it's sunny or not. I want to say Phil was using minnows yesterday, but I'm not entirely certain. Called the generation hotline before I started the video to find out what they were running, because my app wasn't connecting to the internet, and it said that Table Rock was down to 915.3. I know that 915 is the power pool for Table Rock, so I don't know if maybe there's a chance that they'll slow it down even more once it goes below 915. That's just my speculation, but I think it's possible. Yesterday I did fairly well on the sculpin and peach jig, so I've got one of those rigged up in case this completely falls through. But I'd really like to target those fish that are still looking for the shad, because they're usually going to be the big ones or the brown trout. We're just now across from the golf course here And right across from the golf course is another one of those nice little cut-ins on the bank. So I'm going to slow the boat down and try to work in there. Picking up quite a bit of moss. There is still what I believe a lot of moss coming over or coming through the generators into the lake. It's kind of floating, suspended in the water. And I feel like with how fast the flow is right now and the little bit of wind that's blowing, I could probably be using a 3/32 and getting it down a little bit deeper. I'm kind of watching my jig and it's not quite getting as deep as I want it to on some of these retrieves. I think here in just a cast or two, I'm gonna switch over to a darker color. Sometimes when you talk about changing your lures, you'll catch a fish. I was really hoping for that to happen. It's kind of like when you say, man, we're just not catching any fish today, and about the time you say it, somebody catches a fish. As far as I know, I believe that night crawlers have been a pretty hot bait lately. And I believe that minnows are still working pretty good. Right now it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. It's getting closer to that evening time. The sun's still up pretty high though. I feel like maybe this white would do a little better if it had remained overcast, or if it was just a little later in the evening and the sun wasn't quite as high. And these fish sure are jumping right behind me. I think I'm gonna switch colors and scoot the boat out just a little bit away from the bank and fish the whole channel instead of just the edge. It's about the third or fourth fish I've had jump right on the other side of the boat. Okay, switching gears. We're gonna go with that 16th ounce sculpin and peach jig with a sculpin head, still on 2-pound line. And I'm gonna scoot out just a little bit here. Now I'm pretty much just letting the boat drift with the current. I'm not casting all the way into that inside edge where the water's slower, so I don't have too much of a need to slow myself down. And I just went past the brown house, so we are quickly coming up on the narrows. And it always seems like a 50-50 shot whether a rainstorm is going to make them bite really good or whether it shuts them off. But it always seems like it's one or the other. Ooh, that looked like a bite. I'm just watching the line really carefully here. When the fish are doing what we call short biting, which means they come up on it and hit it really fast and then let go, you gotta be adamant at watching your line. Sometimes if you wait to feel the fish on there, it's a little too late. We're now at the very top of the Narrows. This is where the water speed picks up a little bit as it goes over this really shallow flat. See if I can pick one up hanging out right next to these logs. I'm gonna have to figure out what's squeaking on that trolling motor and get that fixed. Ooh, I don't know if that was the end of a tree limb or if that was a fish. I think that might have been a fish. I'll tell you what, this rain suit was just perfect whenever the sun was behind the clouds, but it's quickly warming up here. Alright. Oh, there was oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention. I just had a really nice rainbow. Chased that jig all the way to the boat when I was reeling it back in. wind is picking up significantly now that we got down in here on the Eagle Island flat. Oh, set the hook, Blake. I just want to get one in the boat. Well, some days you pick a plan when you come out here to do this and it just doesn't work like you wanted it to. But we thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook, and we will be out here to do it again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.